Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. We begin in the name of Almighty Allah, the most magnificent, the ever merciful. We glorify Him, we praise Him, and of course we do elevate His name as He ought to be elevated. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Once again I extend to you the eternal and of course the universal salutation of peace. May the peace, blessings and mercies of Almighty Allah be upon you and yours. A most pleasant good evening going out to one and all on this beautiful, beautiful Thursday evening. I'm your host and brother in humanity, Imam Ghani, on this the first day of fasting here in Trinidad and Tobago during the holy month of Ramadan for the year 2026 according to the Islamic calendar for the year 1447. So the first day of fasting for the month of Ramadan has basically now come to an end. As a matter of fact, we're heading towards the end of this first day of the month of Ramadan. The time for the breaking of the fast this evening is 6:18 p.m. and the time to stop eating tomorrow morning is 5:09 a.m. So as we have now come to the end of the first day of fasting here in Trinidad and Tobago, I'd like to now take the opportunity to officially welcome you live on air, live on the internet, live across our social platforms as well for this daily segment, special Ramadan programming right here on 103.1 FM, Iftaar with the Imam for the year 2026. As always, I must add, it's indeed an absolute honor and of course a personal pleasure to be in your company here this evening. On the program this evening, I'll be talking about the importance of taking that first step in the month of Ramadan. Sometimes we start the month of Ramadan and we are very, very skeptical. So it's important that you wrap your mind around that particular concept, the importance of taking that first spiritual step in the month of Ramadan. And of course, we'll be followed by a few beautiful Islamic selections that I'll be taking you through to the live breaking of the fast right here on 103.1 FM. I would also like to take the opportunity as well to say a very special thank you going out to the sponsors. The program this evening is being sponsored by Price Club Supermarket, Chief Brand Products Limited, Presidential Insurance Company Limited, City Furniture Limited, and Top Gear Auto Repairs. Well, at this point in the program, I'd like to now urge you to join me in a short opening prayer. All praises are due to Almighty Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the magnificent, the merciful, Master of the Day of Judgment. O Allah, it is you do we worship, and from you only do we ask for help. Guide us to the straight path, the path of those upon whom you have bestowed your favor, not the path of those who have evoked your anger, nor the path of those who have gone astray. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. Well, at this time in the program, we now get into our short lecture segment in lead up to the breaking of the fast this evening. And like I mentioned before, on the program this evening, I'll be talking about the importance of taking that first step now that we have entered into the month of Ramadan. And of course, this is a very, very vital concept as we have now entered this blessed month, this anticipated month. This very special guest is now in our company. The importance of taking that first step is something that we must most definitely highlight at this stage of the month of Ramadan. Ramadan is indeed a month of fasting, it's a month of reflection, it's a month of prayer, it's a month of unity and community. It is indeed a unique time to renew your faith, to deepen your spirituality, and of course to enhance your relationship with Almighty Allah. Now every journey begins with that first tentative step, and by understanding its significance and making the decision to commit, you can truly transform your experience during the month of Ramadan and beyond as well. I mean, if you think about it, at the start of every year, at the start of every month or every week, we all have intentions, ambitions, and aspirations to do better in our lives. But the most difficult part sometimes is just taking that first step. Making resolutions and having good intentions, that's, to be honest, the easy part. The real challenge is to convert those resolutions, to convert those intentions into action. And the thing about action is that in most cases, getting started is the most difficult part. I mean, in today's era, we live in a modern world, in modern times. In modern times, the world lives in fast forward. But being that as it may, our days are always filled with challenges and engagements and responsibilities. It's almost as though there is a never-ending barrage of things that we must do. Things to do which can become sometimes intimidating. Sometimes people are afraid to take that first step slowly and carefully. And most people would find it easy to just surrender sometimes without even trying. Nevertheless, the journey of 1,000 miles becomes worthwhile only when you take that first step, one step at a time, as they say. So now that we have commenced the holy month of Ramadan, this very special period of heightened spirituality, it's important that you be bold and take that first spiritual step on this spiritual journey of the month of Ramadan. And of course, what do we mean by taking that first step? Well, firstly, it means starting any journey with the courage and the willpower to push on through till the end. Now, after the first step has been taken, there is no looking back. You must keep stepping. You must keep moving ahead. One step at a time offers you the opportunity to take things slowly, being aware and alert of your surroundings, of your challenges, so that eventually you can navigate through that journey towards your eventual destination. Like they say, work that is done in haste often leads to failure. So you must take the long road and you must keep on stepping forward, like they say, one foot in front of the other. A proactive mindset is also very crucial as you begin a new month of Ramadan. Oftentimes we find ourselves in a state of procrastination, overthinking and delaying the actions we know that we need to take. We keep thinking to ourselves, well, it's just the beginning of the month. I've still got the entire month ahead of me. I can relax for a couple of days. I can relax for a couple of weeks, as the case may be. But it's important to understand that you must hit the ground running. How do you overcome this type of mentality? By simply nurturing a positive mindset. Understand that challenges will arise, but they are all opportunities for growth. Instead of viewing fasting and the month of Ramadan as a burden, see it quite simply as a means to connect more deeply with the Almighty. See it as a chance to cultivate gratitude for His blessings and a chance to become much more of a spiritual being upon the face of the earth. And of course, you will anticipate struggles from time to time. But when you anticipate those struggles, automatically sometimes in life, you set up yourself for a negative experience. But instead of that type of mentality, embrace the challenges as part of your spiritual journey. Consider starting small. Consider starting some small acts of worship, like daily prayers, like recitation of the Quran, the remembrance of Almighty Allah. This will begin to then instill in you a certain routine that will all go well for you moving forward throughout the course of the month of Ramadan. Small improvements on a daily basis will lead eventually to much grander, to much bigger improvements over the course of time. And this principle can be applied not just to the month of Ramadan, but to every area of your life. It's definitely possible to improve all aspects of your life by taking a series of small, consistent steps. Sometimes the smallest step in the right direction ends up being the biggest step of your life. So if you have to tiptoe, if you have to go slow initially, but ensure that you're always taking a step in the right direction. Try to never take a step backward, and try to never become negative and never ever become stagnant in life. And I can tell you this as well, whenever you feel like procrastinating, whenever you feel like making up an excuse for not taking that step forward, remember that one small step that you may be avoiding or you may be putting off for later could be the biggest step of your life, and you will never know unless you take that step. So this Ramadan 2026, now that we are literally in the early stages of the month of Ramadan, I want you to convince yourself that you need to take that first spiritual step right now, without thinking too much about it, without delaying, without procrastinating. If it doesn't end up being the biggest step of your life, that's okay, that's fine. At least you will know that it's not the best way forward. At least you will know now what you need to do to put things in place to become much more of a positive person. The other aspect that we must pay attention to is that the time that we are given by the Almighty is very, very precious. And if we take that first step towards the Almighty, He also will reciprocate. There is a tradition to back up that particular concept. In this tradition, Almighty Allah mentions, whoever draws close to me by the length of one hand, I will draw closer to him by the length of an arm. And whoever draws close to me by the length of an arm, I will draw close to him by the length of a fathom. And whoever comes walking unto me, I will go running unto him. So again, all we need to do is reach out to the Almighty, and He will most definitely reciprocate in ways we cannot even imagine. Always tell yourself that I don't need to be a different person right now. I don't need to have more right now. I don't need to wait for the exact moment. I can move forward right now by thinking of what I can do with the resources that I do have right now, from exactly the position that I am in my life. Say to yourself that I need to stop focusing on what I can't do in my current circumstances. Yes, of course, there may be things that you may not possibly, you might not be able to do right now, but there are also so many things that you can do right now. So tell yourself that I need to start focusing on those things and set myself goals based on the things that I can do right now, rather than holding myself back, thinking about all of the things that I'd like to do only if. And sometimes we live in a realm of only if. Only if I had this. Only if, this had taken place in my life. And, we waste precious moments of our lives keeping ourselves within that particular realm. I mean, we all need to start somewhere. So why not start where you are right now? No matter what you have, no matter what's happening in your life right now, understand the blessing that you have been given, the opportunity that you have been given right now in the month of Ramadan is indeed a very, very special opportunity. Sometimes we're not in a position to make a giant leap or even fly. You might not even be able to move forward quickly. But no matter what your circumstances, you can crawl forward by taking that one small step at a time. Every single day that we are given in our lives in the month of Ramadan is indeed an opportunity for us to keep moving forward in a positive manner. And this positive impact of taking that initial step will extend in your life far beyond the month of Ramadan itself. Your actions have the potential to mold and to shape your character. So during this month, don't make it only about fasting and praying, but also develop habits that will last you a lifetime. The spiritual discipline that you cultivate through this month can carry on throughout the challenges of your life beyond the month of Ramadan, allowing you to face them with patience and resilience. So in closing, I want to urge each and every single one of you to take that first spiritual step in this beautiful month of Ramadan. Don't hold back. Don't be skeptical. Let this be a month of renewal. Let this be a month of good intention. And above all, let this be a month of growth. Whether your first step is setting a goal or making a plan or simply deciding on how to proceed in a positive manner, know that you are laying the foundation for a transformative spiritual journey. May Almighty Allah grant us all the strength, the patience, and of course the clarity to make the most of this holy month.
Oh تیرے بنا کیا وجود میرا. ہم تیرے بن اب رہ نہیں سکتے, تیرے بنا کیا وجود میرا. تجھ سے جدا اگر ہو جائیں گے تو خود سے ہی ہو جائیں گے جدا. اب تم ہی ہو, بس تم ہی ہو یا ربی, بس تم ہی ہو. چین بھی میری ہر خوشی, میری زندگی بس تم ہی ہو. یا ربی تیرا میرا رشتہ ہے کیسا, ایک پل دور گوارا نہیں. میرا سب شام بس ہے تیرا, وقت میرا بس آپ کا ہے. کوئی لمحہ میرا نہ ہو تیرے بنا, ہر سانس پہ نام تیرا. اب تم ہی ہو, بس تم ہی ہو یا ربی, بس تم ہی ہو. چین بھی میری ہر خوشی, میری زندگی بس تم ہی ہو. My Lord, you have come and seen me. I was lost and found now. You made love so easy. My Lord, keep me on the straight path. You're my one and only. بس تم ہی ہو, تم ہی ہو, بس تم ہی ہو یا ربی, بس تم ہی ہو. چین بھی میری ہر خوشی, میری زندگی بس تم ہی ہو.
Well, the time now in Trinidad and Tobago is 6:18 p.m. It's now time for the live breaking of the fast right here on 103.1 FM. We have now come to the end of day one of fasting for the year 2026. And of course, we take the opportunity to say to you that the breaking of the fast this evening is being brought to you through the kind courtesies of the Price Club Supermarket, Chief Brand Products Limited, Presidential Insurance Company Limited, City Furniture Limited, and Top Gear Auto Repairs. And now that we have come to the end of this particular day of fasting, we end our fast with a very special prayer. ذهب الظمأ وابتلت العروق وثبت الأجر إن شاء الله. اللهم لك صمت وعلى رزقك أفطرت. That the thirst is gone and the veins are moistened and the reward is certain from Almighty Allah if Allah wills. O Allah, for you I have fasted this day, and O Allah, I break the fast with the sustenance that you have provided for me.
Allah أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله
dua after adhan. اللهم رب هذه الدعوة التامة والصلاة القائمة آت محمدا الوسيلة والفضيلة وبعثه مقاما محمودا الذي وعدته. O Allah, Lord of this perfect call and this prayer to be established, grant Muhammad al-Wasila a high and special place in Jannah, and al-Fadila a rank above the rest of creation, and raise him to a praise platform which you have promised him.
So once again, my dear respected listeners and viewers, now that we have come to the end of day one of fasting here in Trinidad and Tobago, we take the opportunity to thank the Almighty. We pray that Almighty Allah grants us the understanding, the ability, the strength, the health that we're able to push on through the remaining days of fasting throughout the course of the month of Ramadan. And of course, as we look forward to a brand new day of fasting tomorrow in the month of Ramadan, I want you to remember that the truth is, it's the little things that you do every day that will make the biggest difference. Your life is continuously being built out of tiny pieces of time, and much so in the month of Ramadan. So whatever you do, do it with purpose. Make sure that you are focused on what you are doing. Continue to build that connection with the Almighty and seek out every possible opportunity for change, for growth, and to become a better individual upon the face of the earth. Well, at this point in the program, we are now coming to the end of our program for this evening. I want to take the opportunity to say a very special thank you going out to the sponsors. The program this evening has been brought to you through the kind courtesies of the Price Club Supermarket, Chief Brand Products Limited, Presidential Insurance Company Limited, City Furniture Limited, and Top Gear Auto Repairs. I want to say a very special salam and greetings of peace going out to you and yours, our listeners and viewers who have joined us this evening for the live breaking of the fast right here on 103.1 FM. Thank you so much, as always, for all of your beautiful messages. May the peace, blessings, and mercies of Almighty Allah be with you. Of course, it was indeed an absolute pleasure to be in your company over the past half an hour or so. By all means, do catch me tomorrow evening from 6 p.m. as we bring to you another segment of Iftaar with the Imam. Also join me again in the morning from as early as 3 a.m. for the Tahajjud hour, followed by the Suhoor hour, and of course followed by Soul Inspirations, being that tomorrow is a Friday. Well, I'm your host and brother in humanity, Imam Safras Ghani, signing on for this evening. Until tomorrow morning, please do have an extremely blessed evening. Stay safe, stay in the mercy of the Almighty. Much love, and may the peace, blessings, and mercies of the Almighty be with you. Up next is news at 6:30. Most definitely do keep it locked on to 103.1 FM for more inspirational programming throughout the course of the entire month of Ramadan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
At the Price Club, they're always committed to excellence. They provide well-stocked lanes with grocery, gift and religious items, a vegetable and meat section, car care and household department, and a home and garden section. Their wide, spacious aisles provide you with an extremely convenient and comfortable shopping experience.